I'm Megan, and today I'm exploring Flushing, Queens, home to the Unisphere. I have heard so much about Flushing, Queens and the incredible food. I've actually never been out here, so I'm here with friends and I'm excited to show you what Flushing, Queens is like. Before we start, don't forget to hit subscribe.
Yeah, muffin talk. Ooh, muffin talk. Muffin talks, bringing healing to those who need them most.
Flushing, Queens is the fourth largest business district in New York City. The main intersection of Roosevelt Avenue and Main Street is the third busiest intersection in New York City, behind Times Square and Herald Square. It is also one of the city's several Chinatowns and is home to over 60,000 Chinese. The neighborhood is full of history, food, and shopping. My friends and I plan to explore all three.
Part of what makes Flushing, Queens so special is the international culture. 2/3 of all residents in Flushing, Queens are foreign-born, and there's a huge Asian population here. Starting in the 1970s, the Taiwanese started to immigrate to Flushing, Queens. As a result, there's lots of excellent Asian food here. So we're gonna go on a bit of a food journey, and we are going to try a place called Rolls Rice, where we are going to get rice rolls. So let's see what we get.
At Rolls Rice, the rice rolls are made fresh in front of you. A rice roll is a Cantonese dish from southern China and Hong Kong. It is comprised of a giant rice noodle made with rice and tapioca and then filled with meat or vegetables. Rolls Rice has a unique spin on the fillings, choosing flavors reminiscent of different Asian cities and naming the rolls after major airports in those cities. Rolls Rice is part of a food hall brimming with other tempting Asian foods. It took a lot of willpower to not order it all.
So we're sharing our rice rolls. The first one that I am going to try is called the ICN. This is apparently named after the airport in South Korea. I have never had a rice roll before, but apparently what makes this one special is there are glass noodles inside of the rice roll. So let's have a taste. I like rice rolls. I can't even talk. I really like them. Oh my goodness, the skin is so nice and tender. Oh my goodness, and the ingredients are so fresh. We got to watch them make it right there. So I'm gonna finish eating this one. I'm told it tastes really good in the sauces that it comes with, so I'm gonna do a little dip, and then I'll be back to do our second rice roll. So at Rolls Rice, all of the different rolls are named after different airports. This one is named after the Hong Kong airport, and it has dried shrimp in it and Chinese sausage. I don't know if we can actually see the dried shrimp in it, but it's definitely there. And I've never had dried shrimp before, so this will be an exciting adventure for me. This one's excellent. It has a much stronger taste than the one that was filled with rice noodles. That dried shrimp is really fishy, but it's really good. And the sausage tastes like bacon, and I love bacon. So this definitely has my seal of approval.
On our way to the next food stop, don't worry, there's a lot more food. We decided to explore Flushing's Freedom Mile historical walk. This walk explores 21 sites and their connections to freedom, the Underground Railroad, and universal human liberties. I found the Quaker history in the area especially interesting.
There's a lot of really fascinating New York City history in Flushing, Queens. Right now, I am standing in front of the Quaker Meeting House. Now, Quakers actually played a really interesting role, not only in New York history, but in American history, because in 1657, the Flushing Remonstrance was signed. Now, this ensured religious freedoms for the residents of New York, which at the time was New Amsterdam. The Dutch governor, Peter Stuyvesant, he didn't like Quakers, so he attempted to arrest a bunch of Quakers, but they said, no, 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 we have this Flushing Remonstrance of 1657, we have religious freedom here. And thus, the tradition of religious freedom in the United States was born. So this is just one of the historical landmarks that you can visit while in Flushing, Queens. I'm standing in front of the John Bone House, which was constructed in 1661. John Bone held Quaker meetings here. Now this was New Netherlands at the time, and the governor at the time was Peter Stuyvesant. Peter Stuyvesant, he did some cool things, but he was also a little racist. New Amsterdam at the time, they had a policy that they didn't care what your race was, they didn't care what your religion was. All that they cared about was that you knew how to make money. And if you knew how to make money, you were welcome in New Amsterdam. However, in 1662, Peter Stuyvesant decided that he didn't like the Quakers. So he actually had John Bone arrested and sent back to the Netherlands. John Bone had a meeting with leaders in the Netherlands and described Stuyvesant's persecution of the Quakers. And the Netherlands came in and reprimanded Peter Stuyvesant. They said, all right, it's cool if you're racist. We are not racist as a colony. You have to let the Quakers worship and worship freely. And that continues the tradition of religious freedom in the United States today.
Our next food stop is the food hall at Queens Crossing. Warning, this is the part where things start to get a little strange.
We're here at the food court at Queens Crossing. We are overwhelmed with choices. Right here, there is a dim sum shop. We got the fried egg yolk balls. Is that correct? The fried egg yolk balls. And we got some kind of a sweet chestnut cake. We're actually gonna head over and get tea eggs and dumplings, and we're gonna show you how they taste. These food halls are really popular here in Flushing, and they are all so delicious, I am discovering. So right now, I have the fried egg yolk balls. I've never had a fried egg yolk ball. I have no idea what I'm in for, but my friends tell me that it is amazing. So let's taste it. Oh my God. First of all, you can see what the inside looks like.
Is it a little salty?
No. It's sweet. It's sweet. So my friend just asked me if it's a little salty. Apparently, when you get egg yolk balls, they can come salty. This one is sweet. It's like when you get fried dough. The whole thing is just sweet with almost like a delicious sweet egg yolk in the middle. This is one of my favorite things I have ever eaten. I'm so excited. All right, so this is a water chestnut cake. I believe it's a water chestnut cake. I think that's what the menu said. Shockingly, I don't speak Chinese. But I believe it's a water chestnut cake. Again, never had this. I'm gonna find it really hard to top that egg yolk ball because that was amazing. But this crust is so flaky. Let's cut it in half just so you can see what's.
Remember when I said things were going to get a little strange? Well, here is my first clue. I know that water chestnuts are not red, and yet I opened this water chestnut cake and noticed it is dark red.
In the middle.
Little did I know that what I was expecting to be a sweet dessert, since we ordered dessert, was actually going to turn out to be a pork roll.
Oh. So this, I would have expected the egg yolk ball to be savory and this to be sweet, but this is actually very, very savory. It's delicious. I can't tell you like what it tastes like. It almost has like a beefiness to it.
Yes, a beefiness to it. That's because it was actually, I would find out later, a pork roll. But here I am trying to keep the show going. It actually was delicious though.
But I don't think that there's any beef in it. But it is delicious. The crust is incredible. And I am so impressed. It is definitely worth the trek out to Flushing, Queens to eat here. So this is called a 1,000-year egg. My friends are all tasting at the same time, and we all might have a very strong reaction. So if you hear noise in the background, that is why. All right, so me and my friend are going to try it right now.
Side note, we bought the 1,000-year-old egg from this stand on the street.
Let's go.
No.
1, 2, 3. So,
It's very pickled.
I was told this is a pickled egg. I think it's a pickled egg. I think I really like it.
It has a journey, very strong journey.
Yeah. It's a very strong journey, but it's like cheese. If you like the really pungent. It does not taste like blue cheese, but that idea of liking the really strong tasting cheese,
Yeah, pungent is a good way to describe it.
that's what this is like.
Yeah.
So, kind of like it. I might stick this whole thing in my mouth. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Way to go, 1,000-year egg. So I am back with another thing that we don't know what it is. We thought we ordered something sweet. This might be duck, might be beef, might be pork, but I'm told that the dough is really good. So it's another like fried doughy thing. Oh, it's like mochi dough. See, oh yeah. that was a very exciting. Oh, I'm making a mess. This is the inside of it. I was so excited by the doughiness. Well, let's see how it tastes.
We're about to return to the strangeness. We ordered what we thought was dessert, but it tasted to others more like pork or duck, and, well, you'll see.
Mmm.
It's very good, yeah.
Mmm. Mmm. I don't think it has seafood in it. No, maybe it does. This might be a dried shrimp.
Oh, 100%
I think
shrimp.
this is a dried, like a little dried shrimp.
About an hour before, I wouldn't have been able to recognize a dried shrimp, but after the delicious rice roll from Rolls Royce, I now considered myself an expert in the subject, and this was definitely a dried shrimp.
It tastes like seafood, but this actually,
I ordered dessert and she was like, do you want this instead? And I was like, wait, she asked you if you
Yeah.
wanted that instead? Yeah. That's hilarious. Well,
yeah.
they were out of the sesame rolls.
But this kind of tastes like the ocean to me. Apparently my friend ordered dessert. She thought she ordered dessert. She said she wanted something sweet. Check this. This is not sweet. It tastes like the salty ocean. But it is excellent. I'm going to go enjoy it. Yeah. So here is a fried bun, also known as a bao. Look at how crispy that bottom is. So we got shrimp and, I'm going to confirm with my friend, we have shrimp and crab. I love seafood. This is very exciting.
Upon this first bite, I knew something was wrong. I consider myself a seafood expert, and well, this was not seafood.
So you can see in the middle.
Oh look, here I am wondering if I just forgot what seafood looks like. Surely my followers will nod, yes, that filling is totally shrimp and crab.
There's a big ball of deliciousness. It doesn't taste like shrimp and crab. It doesn't look like shrimp and crab.
The jig is up. This is pork. Definitely pork.
Whatever it is,
You're
it's
right, no.
it's really good.
No, it's not shrimp.
The good news is that it's really good. We ordered shrimp and crab. We got not shrimp and crab, but I'm a big fan. So that's like the good news. I'm a total tourist here, and the good news is that you can come here and not really know a lot and still find deliciousness. So that's wonderful. I have enjoyed everything that I've eaten. So I'm gonna go finish eating my bao, my mystery bao.
The food hall at Queen's Crossing was delicious, despite the order mix-ups, and also surprisingly affordable. We only spent about $8 a person and left with really full bellies. But now it was really time to find dessert. And for that, we would go to a place called Happy Lemon.
So we just did a stop at a place called Happy Lemon, and I got strawberry tea that has cheese on top of it. Yes, cheese. It looks like whipped cream. It is called cheese, and not only that, it is salted cheese. I'm skeptical. My friends tell me it's excellent, and apparently there's a tutorial on how to drink it. I did not watch this tutorial, so this is going to be hilarious. I'm apparently supposed to tip it back further than I expect so I get some of the cheese and the tea. So let's see how this goes. Oh my God. That, I did not think it had a chance of being good, but it is mind-blowing. It's like the strawberry shortcake of your dreams. The cheese does have like a little bit of saltiness, but it's like if you have something really sweet and then there's just like a little bit of salt on top, it helps bring out the sweetness. So yeah, strawberries and cream on crack, maybe? That's what you could call it. Oh my God. This is special. I'm really glad. My friends forced me to come here to get tea with cheese on top. We also stopped by a bakery, which is apparently the most famous bakery in Flushing, and we got a couple of desserts. So this one is a Portuguese egg custard. This one, I'm gonna ask my friend John to remind me the type of egg custard it is. This is Hong Kong egg custard. And this is a mooncake with lotus in it. So we're going to do a little bit of a taste test.
Fun fact that I didn't know at the time. A Portuguese egg custard tart has a flaky crust similar to that of a croissant and is often made with only egg yolks and heavy cream and has a bruleed crust, whereas Hong Kong egg custard tarts are made with a denser crust, whole eggs, and evaporated milk, and does not have a bruleed crust.
Ooh, it is so flaky. That crust just, that was so easy to break open. Ooh, I'm excited to try it. So this is the Portuguese. I mean, I've been to France and had custard. This is good stuff. That custard is so light. The crust is really thin and flaky, so you really get to taste the custard. And there's almost like a perfumey aftertaste. Oh, that is wonderful. We're gonna come back to you. So now we have the Hong Kong egg custard. So we're gonna break this. Oh, this one's a little trickier to break. So there we have the inner custard there. It's very good. I think I personally prefer the Portuguese, but this is also excellent. It actually almost feels like it just came out of the oven. It's still a little warm. That is fabulous. And now I'm going to try my very first mooncake. This mooncake is special because it has Hello Kitty on the top. Where's Hello Kitty? Let's try to break Hello Kitty in half. I feel like a murderer. Ooh, okay. So here we have the inside of the mooncake. Again, remember, I'm not an expert in this type of food, so this is my first time trying this. It looks like it has the texture of marzipan. It's really good. I don't know how to describe it. I was expecting the lotus to be really overpowering. It's not. It's a very subtle taste, and it does have the texture of marzipan. And I almost taste a little bit of butter in there. So this is an excellent way to end our foodie adventures. I'm gonna probably eat all three of these by myself, because that's how I roll. And then we're gonna go do what we actually came out to Flushing to do, which is to go to the Converse outlet store. Woohoo!
Bellies full, we were now heading to Skyview Shops. This trip was actually inspired by my friend's desire to shop the Converse outlet store, which was also having a 40% off sale. Tour guests often ask me about outlet malls. This is definitely one worth checking out. Just plan to wait in a long line if you're looking for a pair of Nikes.
So we're in the Skyview stores, which is like this huge outlet mall. So if you're looking for outlet shopping, like Flushing, Queens is a great place to come because you get all of that beautiful history. You get the Unisphere. If you go, it's just one stop away. You get all of that delicious food, and you get this amazing outlet mall. So we're here in the Converse store. I'm supposed to try to find a pair of gold shoes for David. We'll see if we do that. But yeah, we're gonna go explore this, and then I'll be back to let you know how we did. These aren't gold, but they're silver and sparkly. We got rainbow, more rainbow. My friends and I have emerged victorious from the Converse store. I got these wonderful silver shoes. They didn't have gold shoes, but I got silver shoes for David. My friends all got the shoes of their dreams that they were looking for as well. So we are going to head back to the train. I'm going to head back to Manhattan, but just as a conclusion, I really loved my trip out to Flushing, and I encourage everybody, whether or not you're local or just visiting for a few days, to come out here. There's great shopping. I get lots of guests who ask me about outlet malls. This is actually a great way of getting an outlet mall, but also getting a lot of interesting New York City culture. You have those huge landmarks like the Unisphere and the Queens Museum. You have the lesser known history, such as the John Bone House, and then you have all of that wonderful, delicious food by Main Street and Roosevelt. So this has been a wonderful afternoon. It's actually much easier to get here than I thought it would be from Harlem, and I know that I will be coming back. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss a New York Minute.